I've been putting in some ridiculous hours these past few days, so I'm gonna let my hair down for a bit, that's all. I'll see you tomorrow. Bree hung up before he could reply. Letting her hair down was exactly what she did. She released the wild curls from their constricting pins and shook her head. That felt much better. As did the worn jeans and hand-knitted jumper that replaced her business suit. With feet now encased in comfortable hiking boots, she picked up her car keys and left the flat. Just over an hour later, she had shaken off the city and was smiling as she drove through a familiar gateway and down a long gravel driveway. On either side, alpacas grazed in green paddocks or lay in the sun napping. They were brown and white and black, and various shades between. She spotted a few she knew very well indeed, and that made her smile all the more. She parked her car near the house, but seeing activity in the yards, walked in that direction. "Hi, Bree." A woman appeared from the feed shed. "We weren't sure if you would make it today." "Hi, Mel. I decided to take the afternoon off. How are my girls?" "You're just in time for the scans. Come on." Mel led the way to the yards, where her husband Ash was waiting. The two young women who worked for them were gently encouraging the alpacas to move around the yards, eventually putting a halter on each one. It was all done with the minimum of fuss, and the animals didn't look at all disturbed as they were presented to Ash. Bree recognized every one of the animals because they were hers, both the mothers and the babies following them around. With help from Mel and Ash, she'd slowly been building her herd, and now had 12 breeding females boarded here. She also had 3 beautiful boys, although they weren't part of today's activity. "Glad you made it, Bree." Ash glanced up from the screen beside him. "We're about to start." Turning to the alpaca, he gently stroked its neck, then slowly ran an electronic device under its stomach. He nodded at the screen. "There you go." Bree leaned forward to study the blurry black and white image. When she had done this with her very first animal 3 years ago, all she'd seen on the screen was an incomprehensible blob. She knew better now, and smiled as she saw the image of the cria inside the alpaca's womb. "You are such a good mum, Willow," she crooned. The animal turned its deep brown eyes to her and gazed at her through thick white eyelashes. Bree had fallen in love with Willow the day they met. That day, she had taken that first outrageous step and paid a stupid amount of money for an animal on display at a show. She'd known nothing about alpacas, but that didn't matter. It felt right to buy Willow, and then Cass, followed by Sky and the rest of her small herd. She'd learned a lot since then. A lot about feeding, medical care, shearing and spinning and knitting, but mostly that she loved every minute spent with the gentle creatures. "Next," said Ash quietly. Bree took Willow's halter and led her away, her well-grown youngster following behind. For the next hour, Bree worked with her friends, conscious of the difference between this soothing work and the cutthroat business of arguing legal precedent in court, or even at an office meeting. This was how life should be. "Bree, you need to look at this." The tone of Ash's voice made her frown. He was standing beside Sky, an elegant creature with a coat such a beautiful mixture of brown and cream that she looked almost pink. She was the most valuable of Bree's herd, her unusual fleece ordered in advance each year by spinners keen to have the rare and expensive colour. Bree joined him and looked at the scanner screen. She didn't see anything for a moment, then frowned. "Twins?" "Yeah." "Oh." Bree gently patted Sky's face. This was not good news. Sky had conceived twins 2 years before and lost both of them. Twin conceptions were not all that rare for alpacas, and sometimes they resulted in a single live cria, but 2 live births? What did you tell me last time? The odds? 1 in 10,000?